Hello dear fans. What is flood? A flood is a short-term and non-periodic rise in the water level in a river or body of water. It occurs due to heavy rainfall or rapid melting of ice and snow on the surface of the reservoir. Flood, a sharp rise in the water level in a river or other body of water. Differs in short duration and non-periodicity. Sequential floods can cause flooding, and significant flooding can lead to flooding. The reasons for this natural phenomenon are different and are associated, as a rule, with seasonal melting of glaciers and abundant precipitation. Features of the flood. Floods are often encountered by residents of settlements and cities near the mouths of large rivers. In Russia, this phenomenon can be observed especially often in the Amur Basin in the North Caucasus. If a flood is formed as a result of a hasty increase in water consumption in a separate section of the river, then it spreads downstream at a tremendous speed, reaching 5 km per hour on flat rivers and 45 km per hour on mountain rivers. The height of such a flood usually decreases downstream, but with a mandatory increase in duration. If we talk about the possible causes of the flood, there are several of them. This is primarily due to the prolonged torrential rain, as a result of which reservoirs and rivers overflow their banks. The period of flood caused by intense precipitation is short, but because of its swiftness, even such a short phenomenon can cause serious damage to buildings, crops, and agriculture in general. Incessant rains can provoke multi-peak floods, and then we are already talking about a periodic spill with flooding of nearby territories. Flooding, which is the result of the rapid melting of ice and snow, lasts long enough. You can find out about its onset in advance, but the one that comes after the rain is more difficult to predict. Consequences and dealing with the leash. The danger of flooding lies in its unpredictability. Observations of meteorologists are not always reliable, and it is not so easy to know the intensity of precipitation in advance. Such natural phenomena require regulation at the state level. There is a need for urgent rescue operations. In the event that this event led to global financial losses and human casualties, the state pays compensation and gives the go-ahead for the construction of dams and other fortifications of the coastline in order to avoid repeated flooding. So that people who survived a river flood and lost their homes, equipment, infrastructure, crops and pets never again face such a phenomenon as flooding, a number of measures are being taken to transfer buildings and other objects located in the lowlands to other, more protected places. The construction of new bridges. The construction of roads and other structures is carried out taking into account the possible flooding of the river. To assess the danger of this phenomenon, constant monitoring of the water level in rivers and reservoirs is carried out. In the event of an emergency, an early warning system for the population is used. Thanks for watching.